Hello, my name is Victoria Haller. Today I'm excited to be talking to you about expanding your window of tolerance and how it relates to your nervous system. First, we'll get familiar with your window. Your window of tolerance is when your nervous system feels safe, feels secure, feels grounded, and able to tolerate the natural ebbs and flow of life, able to access emotion and reason. And it's not just a state where we feel calm all the time. We can access all the emotions within our limits of our window of tolerance. You can also think about it as if you're able to breathe, if you're able to slow down your thoughts, you're in your window of tolerance. Now, people who experience trauma might have a more narrow window of tolerance and might spend a lot more time outside of it. In terms of expanding your window of tolerance, there are things that we can work on to make it larger. Because trauma rewires our brain, we can think of this as neuroplasticity. It's a term that applies to when our brain is open to rewiring. In polyvagal theory, we call this state ventral vagal, and this allows our brain to rewire. So if you want to expand your window of tolerance, you want to spend more time in that window of tolerance, you might create some rituals around connecting to people, animals, nature, art, or music. You might prioritize things that feel playful, working with your inner child. You might prioritize self-care, and you might work on body awareness, doing exercises that have you mindfully connecting with your bodily sensations. So that's the window of tolerance. When we go above our window of tolerance, we're in hyperarousal. This is also called fight or flight. It's a state where our nervous system goes in response to stress or a threat. In polyvagal theory, this is called the sympathetic state of our nervous system. When this happens, we might feel angry, irritable, hypervigilant, anxious. We might have racing thoughts, feel restless, or have difficulty breathing. When we're in this state, the part of our brain that handles executive function can literally shut down. This really impacts our ability to make decisions. When we're up in hypoarousal and we want to get back down to our window of tolerance, there's some practices that we can engage, and we can think of it as down regulating. Something you can try is to shake your hands, raise and drop your heels. Try about 30 seconds of dancing to your favorite song. You can try orienting to your environment through connecting with the five senses, what you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell, taste, or touch. You can try splashing cold water on your face. You can try elongating your exhales. These are all things that can help us come back down into our window of tolerance. Sometimes from our window of tolerance, we might go below it, and this state is called hypoarousal. It's also called freeze state. Again, it's a response to a perceived threat or extreme amount of stress. It's called dorsal state in polyvagal theory. It's when we go into a shutdown mode for safety. We might feel overwhelmed, emotionally numb, have low motivation, feel a depressed mood, just feel in general shut down. When we're in this state, it can be very hard to engage, and we want to think about upregulating into this window of tolerance. We want to think about stimulating versus soothing through the five senses. So you might want to try a salty or sour food or smelling a sharper scent like peppermint. Something cool to try could also be humming, gargling, or drinking water. This stimulates your throat, which is connected to your vagal tone, and might help regulate. A good stretch to try when you're in hypoarousal is the cat-cow stretch. I always like singing a silly song, narrating what I'm doing or what I want to do. And another great thing to do when you're in that hypoarousal is to try laughing. So how can we incorporate these into our lives? How can we remember that we have these really simple things to try in the moment? You can think of it like rituals. When it comes to expanding our window of tolerance, is there a ritual that you can incorporate even just once a week? Can you incorporate just 2% of it? Can you find your growing edge? Because growing doesn't happen hanging out there in space. We want to find the very edge of where we're growing and just build outward a little bit at a time. And remember, anything that you're doing to increase your awareness of what state your nervous system is in, what it's feeling, and what it needs is going to be expanding your window. Always remember that we're wired for connection, so if it's hard to do these things alone, that also makes sense. You can seek out others, work with a therapist, or attend our monthly meditation group to start regulating practices. And don't forget to check out more on our website, mytherapynyc.com.